All right, let's take a look at the practice test. For the instructions, we're asked to state the possible number of positive real zeros and negative real zeros. All right, let's take a look at the first problem. We're given f of x is equal to 4x to the fifth power plus 2x to the fourth power plus 30x cubed plus 15x squared minus 16x minus 8. So again, we're using Descartes' Rule of Signs, and this is for us to be able to determine the number of positive and negative real zeros for some polynomial function. So your polynomial function is going to have real coefficients, which we have here, a non-zero constant term. Here you have -8, and then it has to be written in descending powers of x. So in other words, it's going to be in standard form, and this is already in that form. So if you think about the number of positive real zeros, it's going to be equal to the number of variations in sign. So in other words, just look at the sign changes that occur in the coefficients, or it could be less than that by a positive even integer. So let's just start with that. I'm just going to write out here for the, let me just put positive, I'll just abbreviate that, real zeros. So like that. What are the sign changes here? Well, you notice that this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, but then this is negative. In other words, when you go from right here to right here, this is going to change the sign. So it's from positive to negative, so there's one sign change there. But then when we go from here to here, it's negative and then negative again, so there's no sign change. So there's only one here, so when that happens, you just put a 1. Now, if you can decrease by 2, you go ahead and do that, but in this situation, 1 minus 2 would be -1, so you're not going to put that down. So now let's look at how to find the negative real zeros. So for that, you're going to use f of -x, and you're going to look at the sign changes. It's the same process. So here, what you would do is you would look for everywhere there's an odd exponent. So here, and then also here, and you're going to change the sign of the coefficient. So this would become -4x to the fifth power. If it's an even exponent, the coefficient stays the same. So this is just plus 2x to the fourth power. This would be minus 30x cubed. Again, we're going to change the sign there. And then this would stay the same, so plus 15x squared. And then this one, again, you're going to flip the sign, so it would be plus 16x, and then this would be minus 8. So looking at this, let's say the negative, and I'm just going to abbreviate that, real zeros. What is that going to be? Let me actually slide this down a little bit, and maybe that could be written a little bit better. If you look at this one, we have a lot of sign changes. So here it's negative, and right there, it's going to be positive. So let's go ahead and say that that's going to be number 1. Then if you look at this to this, again, you've got another sign change. So that's going to be number 2. And then from here to here, again, that's another sign change. So let's put that as number 3. And then this one stays the same, and then it changes again. So from here to here, we're going to say that that's number 4. So you have 4 sign changes here in f of -x. So that means for the number of negative real zeros, it could either be 4, or again, you can decrease this by 2. So you're going to say it could also be 2, and then it could also be 0. So let me put or 0 here. So the number could be 4, 2, or 0. So you don't know. It doesn't tell you exactly in this particular situation because it can always be decreased by a positive even integer. And in this case, you start with 4, so that's the maximum number that could occur. You decrease by 2, you get to 2. You decrease by 2, and you get to 0. For the positive real zeros, we know that there'll be exactly 1 because if you try to subtract away 2, you get -1. And of course, that's not a valid answer, so you would just stop there. So positive real zeros, you would have 1, and then negative real zeros, it could be 4, 2, or 0. All right, for problem 2, we have f of x is equal to 2x to the fifth power plus 4x to the fourth power plus 5x cubed plus 10x squared minus 12x minus 24. So again, let's start off by finding the positive real zeros here. And let me actually fix this, make it a little bit better here. So what are the sign changes here? You'll notice that this is positive, 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 but then we go negative. So this right here to this right here, that's going to be one sign change, and then this is negative. So you just have 1. So positive real zeros, you're just going to put 1. Then for negative real zeros, let's go f of -x. Again, you're just going to change the sign of the coefficient everywhere where your exponent is odd. So that's going to be right here, and then this one right here. So let me highlight that. And then, so this would be -2x to the fifth power, plus this stays the same, so 4x to the fourth power, because the exponent is even there. And then this would be minus 5x cubed. This would stay the same, so plus 10x squared. And then this one's going to change to plus 12x. And then this is minus 24. Okay, so looking at this, you see that you have a sign change immediately. So you're going from negative to positive, so that's 1. Let's write that in there. And then you're going to have a sign change again. So that's going to be 2. And then you have a sign change again. So that's going to be 3. And maybe the 3 could be better there. And then this stays the same. And then you have one final sign change. So this would be 4. So you have 4 of these guys. Let me come down here and we'll write negative, and I'll just abbreviate that, real zeros. So it could be 4, but that's the maximum number it could be. Then it could also be 4 minus 2 is 2. And then I'm going to put or, it could also be 0. So it could be 4, 2, or 0. All right, for problem 3, we have f of x is equal to 4x to the 6th power plus 16x to the 4th power minus 25x squared, then minus 100. Okay, so for the positive real zeros here, let's look at what we have. Now, some of you might say that you're missing x to the 5th power, you're missing x cubed, and you're missing x to the 1st power. That is actually okay. When you're missing a term like that, as long as it's not the constant, and I'll talk about that in the last problem, you're just going to skip it over and count it as no sign change. So this right here, you're going positive, positive, and then this is negative. So right there, that is one sign change, and then this is negative. So the positive real zeros, that's just 1. Now, if you notice, this is even, this is even, and this is even, and this would not change. If you look at f of negative x, it's going to be exactly the same thing as this. So I can write it out that f of negative x is equal to, I'm just going to copy this. So 4x to the 6th power plus 16x to the 4th power minus 25x squared minus 100. Again, when this happens, that's an even function. So let's go through here and say that the negative real zeros would be exactly the same as this one, because again, there's only going to be one sign change. When we go from positive to negative there, that's your sign change. And so we'll just put 1 there. That's it. So the positive real zeros, you're going to have exactly 1, and the negative real zeros, you'd have exactly 1. All right, for problem 4, we have f of x is equal to 9x to the 6th power plus 45x to the 4th power minus 4x squared minus 20. So if we look at this one, again, for the positive real zeros, let me make this better. We have positive, positive, and then negative. So right here, you have one sign change. So that would be a 1 because this guy right here is still negative. So you have positive, positive, negative. There's your sign change, and then negative again. Then when you flip this over, again, just like in the last problem, if you looked at f of negative x, well, this is even, even, even. This is not going to change. So it's exactly going to be the same. It's an even function. So this is 9x to the 6th power plus 45x to the 4th power minus 4x squared minus 20. Okay, so thinking about this, again, you would just have one sign change when you go from here to here. So when we say the number of negative real zeros, that is going to be exactly 1 as well. All right, for problem 5, we have f of x is equal to 5x to the 6th power minus 4x to the 4th power minus 20x squared plus 16. So let's see, we have this as positive and this as negative. So this right here would be one sign change. Then this is negative, but then this is positive. So this right here, that's a second sign change. So for the positive real zeros, you're going to have either 2, again, that's the maximum number, or you can decrease that by 2 and get to 0. So 2 or 0. Then for the negative real zeros, again, you have a situation where this is even, and this is even. So you have f of negative x being equal to exactly the same thing. So 5x to the 6th power, then minus 4x to the 4th power, then minus 20x squared, then plus 16. So we would write here that the number of negative real zeros is going to be 2 or 0, because from right here to right here, you have one sign change, and then from right here to right here, you have a second one. So it's either 2, which is the maximum number, or you can decrease that by 2 and get to 0. So it's 2 or 0 here as well. All right, for problem 6, we have f of x equals 6x to the 5th power minus 9x to the 4th power minus 34x cubed plus 51x squared plus 20x minus 30. Okay, so for the positive real zeros here, let me fix this. If we look at the number of sign changes, well, you're going to have, let me actually slide this down a little bit. You're going to have one right away. So you're going from positive to negative. So that's 1. And then this is negative, but then this is positive. So here is a second one. And then this is positive, but then this is negative. So here is a third one. So you would either have 3 or 1. So basically, once you get to 1, 1 minus 2, that's going to be negative 1, so you can't put that down. You would either have 3, that would be the maximum number because there's 3 sign changes here, or you can decrease that by 2 and get to 1. So it's either 3 or 1. Then when we look at f of negative x, again, anywhere where you have an odd exponent, the coefficient is going to change sign. So right there, and again, let me write a 1 in right there. So this is crystal clear, so right there. So we're going to have, this is going to change, so negative 6x to the 5th power. This is the same, so minus 9x to the 4th power. This is going to change, so plus 34x cubed. And then this right here will be the same, so plus 51x squared. This is going to change, so minus 20x. And then we have minus 30. Okay, so how many sign changes do we have? This is negative, but then this is positive. So there's going to be 1 right there. And then this is positive, but then this is negative. So there's 1 right there. So this would be 2. And then this is negative. So there's only 2 of these guys. Again, this is negative and this is negative, but then it changes to positive. So that's the first one. Then this is positive, but then it goes to negative. So that's the second one. It changes. And then this is negative. So we're just going to have 2. So let's write negative real zeros. And let me make this better here. So in this case, and let me slide this down just a little bit, you can either have 2. Again, that would be the maximum number, or you can decrease that by 2 and have 0. So either 2 or 0. All right, for problem 7, we have f of x equals 5x to the 5th power plus 25x to the 4th power plus 14x cubed plus 70x squared minus 3x minus 15. Okay, so looking at this, again, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, but then this is negative. So when we go from right here to right here, we have 1 sign change. This is negative, so there's only going to be 1. So when we look at positive real zeros here, there's going to be exactly 1. Okay, when we look at negative real zeros, we want f of negative x, and this equals, look at everywhere where the exponent is odd. So this is 5, this is 3, and then this right here is 1. So let me highlight that as well. So for all of those places, you're going to change the sign of the coefficient. So this would be negative 5x to the 5th power. This right here, that's even, so don't change it. So plus 25x to the 4th power. Change the sign here. So this is minus 14x cubed. And then this one would stay the same. So plus 70x squared. Let me put this in here. And then this right here, you change the sign. So plus 3x. And then this stays the same. So minus 15. Okay, so looking at this, we have a sign change right away. So from negative to positive, so that's 1. And then you have another sign change. So that would be number 2. So from positive to negative. And then you have another one. So from negative to positive. So that's 3. And then this one stays the same. And then we have a sign change again. So this would be from positive to negative. So that's 4. So in terms of the negative real zeros, let me fix this real quick. Well, you're either going to have 4, or you could decrease this by 2. So 4 minus 2 would be 2. And then you could decrease it again by 2, and you would have 0. So 4, 2, or 0. Those are your possibilities. 4 being the maximum that you could have. Then you could also have 2 or 0. All right, for problem 8, we have f of x equals 16x to the 6th power plus 64x to the 4th power minus 25x squared minus 100. Okay, so looking at this one, if we look at the sign changes, you have positive, positive, then you have a negative. So there's going to be 1 sign change there, and then this one's negative. So for the positive real zeros, we're going to have exactly 1. Then for the negative real zeros, you're going to have exactly 1 as well. Why? Because this is even, and this is even. So when you do f of negative x, again, this is an even function, you would get the same thing. You would get 16x to the 6th power plus 64x to the 4th power minus 25x squared, and then minus 100. Let me fix this real quick. And again, all you're going to have is 1 sign change here. That's going to be when you go from right here to right here. So from positive to negative, so just 1. So for the number of negative real zeros, it's the same thing. So negative real zeros, you're going to have exactly 1. All right, let's take a look at problem 9. So we have f of x equals x to the 6th power minus 64. Again, do not worry about all these terms that we're missing. You're just going to skip them over. So the only variation in sign, you could say that this is a 1 here. It's positive to negative. So of course, there's going to be one of those. So there's going to be 1 positive real zero. So for the positive real zeros, let me fix that. We're going to say there's exactly 1. For the negative real zeros, what do we notice here? Again, this is an even function. If I did f of negative x, I'm going to get the same thing because this is an even exponent right here. So basically there would be one sign change. So this would be a 1. So in terms of the positive real zeros, you're going to have exactly 1. And then in terms of the negative real zeros, you're also going to have exactly 1. All right, for problem 10, we have f of x is equal to 27x to the 7th power plus 37x to the 4th power minus 64x. All right, in this situation where you do not have a non-zero constant term, what I would do is factor. The reason you're going to do that is because the number 0, which is not positive and not negative, is going to be a 0 or a root here. So let's show that by saying that we have x times the quantity. You have 27x to the 6th power plus you have 37x cubed and then minus 64. So on the inside part here, now you have a non-zero constant term. So we're just going to apply our little rule here. So this is positive, this is positive, this is negative. So going from right here to right here, you're going to have one sign change. So what this tells me is that the number 0 is a 0. Now, your problem might not ask for that. If they're asking for the number of positive real zeros and the number of negative real zeros, well, again, 0 is not positive, it's not negative, so you need to get with your teacher in that situation. But I'm just going to write here that for the positive real zeros, there's going to be exactly 1. And then I'm also going to put here, for clarity, in this situation that the number 0 is a, again, you could put 0 or root. Let me put 0 here, and I'm going to put root here to avoid some confusion. Now, what about the negative real zeros? Let me put that here. So negative real zeros. Well, let me get rid of this. I would do the same thing. So I would find f of negative x and then just factor out an x. So let's say this is equal to, so here, because this exponent is odd, this sign for this coefficient is going to change. So this is negative 27x to the 7th power. This guy is even, so there's no change here. So plus 37x to the 4th power. Then this guy again is odd, so the sign here is going to change. So this is plus 64x. Now, if you factor out an x, then you have negative 27x to the 6th power plus 37x cubed and then plus 64. So we already know that the number 0 is a 0, so we're not worried about that. We're just working on the inside here. And you'll notice that when you go from right here to right here, there's a sign change. So from negative to positive, and this is positive. So again, just one sign change here. So when we come down to this part right here, and we ask for the number of negative real zeros, it would be exactly 1. So depending on the situation, for this one, you might want to answer that there's exactly one positive real zero, there's exactly one negative real zero, and then the number 0, which is not positive and not negative, is going to be a 0 or again a root, if you want to avoid confusion there, for this guy. You might say that there's 3 real zeros in this case, which means that since this guy is a degree of 7, you're going to have 4 non-real complex zeros.